Welcome again to Joe Stunner Boxing. Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia are going to fight on April the 20th, or it's scheduled then anyway. It's a DAZN pay-per-view event. But they had a little bit of handbags at some Super Bowl event, press event. It was the usual stuff, very up close to each other. Garcia said, I'm going to beat you, you're a pussy, your dad is a pimp and he's pimping you out. And then I think Garcia mentioned something about Haney being wobbled in sparring by Tank Davis, who of course has beaten Ryan Garcia, knocked him out with a body punch. And Haney retorted by saying, I'll beat the shit out of Tank and I'll beat the shit out of you. And Garcia said that Haney was scared, he won't do shit to me, and then he shoved him, and it all got very sort of playgroundish. But obviously this sells the fight, I guess. But I got to be honest with you, I think this is a bad fight for Ryan Garcia. He's had one fight since being knocked out by Tank Davis, and that was Oscar Duarte, and Duarte gave him, he made it competitive, but got done. I can't remember when it was. What round did he get done? 8th, 9th, 10th, something like that. Anyway, that was his 24th career win, Garcia. But he didn't really show anything. Not really. He didn't really show anything new. He hits hard, but I look at his record and I really don't see anyone on it who's really top tier. I don't see any wins. I mean, Tank was the closest he came to fighting one of the pound for pounders, and he got done. He got done. And I think when you look at Devin Haney's resume, I mean, I know a lot of people think that Lomachenko beat him. I thought it was a very, very close fight. He's got 2 wins over Kambosos, which he went to Australia to achieve, which in itself shows willing. I think he absolutely schooled and whitewashed Regis Prograis, and I think that now that Haney has moved up from 135 and is still kind of probably a little bit tight at the 140 limit, I think if he can make that weight well. And I'm assuming it would be a 140 match. I don't see how Garcia hopes to beat Devin Haney unless Haney kind of doesn't fight his own fight, and unless Garcia does get under his skin and makes him fight rather than box. I mean, if this is a boxing match, Haney all day long wins this for me. And yes, is Ryan Garcia capable of knocking out Devin Haney? I would say so. I mean, the kid hits hard. And Haney, a lot of it may have been the weight, but he was perturbed at the end of the 11th round by Linares, and he hasn't scored a stoppage for many, many fights, but that doesn't actually matter because he's won them all. The game is, after all, called boxing. If Devin Haney decides to fight, he gives Garcia a chance. But if he boxes, there's only one winner for me. So I'm kind of surprised that Garcia is taking this fight. He must be getting handsomely paid, of course. I imagine they both are. But I would have thought he would have gone after Rowley, who is a much, much easier touch, but in actual fact is fighting Pitbull Cruz, and I expect Pitbull to beat him. I think if Garcia had taken Rowley's belt, which you could argue is a worthless belt, but nevertheless it's a nice little bargaining chip, and then he could say, well, I've got a world belt too, and you've got a belt, so let's have a unification. There would have been even more money in it. So I've got to be honest, I am surprised that this fight has been scheduled. And in fairness, fair play to, Garcia. He did take on Davis. He's taken on Devin Haney. He's got a reputation now because he quit against Tank as being a quitter. I don't know. I'm a little... I think that word is thrown around too much. I mean, yes, he did quit against tank. I definitely think so. But sometimes there are reasons. I mean, Duran quit against Leonard, because he was just frustrated. I mean, what does this actually mean? Does it really mean anything? Look what Duran achieved after quitting against Leonard. He went on to win, 2 more world titles and beat much bigger men and beat a lot of men and beat them well. So it needn't define a career. Nigel Benn essentially quit against Michael Watson. Look at the career he had after that. So I don't think he's by any means a write-off, and he's still a very young man, Garcia. So I'm quite impressed with the fact he's taking on this fight. I just think it's the wrong fight. Anyway, what do you think? What do you think about this? I mean, obviously the handbag stuff and the pushing and shoving and the pulling and all that crap, that's just par for the course. But do you think this is a wise fight for Ryan Garcia to take? Or maybe you think Devin Haney's the one making the mistake. I don't know. You tell me. I think it's a good matchup, though. I'm looking forward to the fight. Like I say, it's DAZN pay-per-view, and I will be watching it via other means, as I always do. But, let me know what you think. Let me know your opinions. And as always, thank you for your time. And please hit the like button. Oh, and the subscribe button if you're new as well. I always appreciate your time. I'll catch you later, and bye for now.